Clash Royale is adding more trophies, and that means we're going to need good decks to push with. So I'm going to give you the top 5 decks to help you reach 10,000 trophies and beyond. Starting off with deck number 1, we've got Hogy Q. Everybody knows it. Everybody's lost to it, and it is still really, really good, especially in the trophy road. Obviously, 10,000 trophies is not out yet, but as soon as it is, I'm going to grind it pretty hard. I've also seen that they have allowed you to go past 15,000 trophies. So you're going to be able to push as many trophies as humanly possible, which is kind of cool in my opinion. But these decks are not just going to get you to 10,000. If you're not at even 9,000 yet, they're also going to help you get there as well. So yeah, Hogy Q, extremely popular, and you can even use the Knight if you don't have the Mighty Miner, but I highly recommend trying to get the Mighty Miner. It is just so worth it. So I would think about logging here potentially in case he pops his ability, but it looks like he's not going to. So instead, we'll just log over here and hopefully kill these bats. Maybe kill the yes as well, and then we can just pull this back. Get a nice... Oh, there's one bat on my tower! Okay, he did a lot, but we're still in the lead, so that's good. Okay, so there's a lot of decks out there that are kind of awkward to deal with without a big spell, and also most people like just arrow the firecracker instantly. So you're gonna have to work on defending without the firecracker and cycling to your firecracker. So that's what we're gonna be doing here. I'm just gonna hit this ability late, not too early, so that the eye drake has no chance to do anything. It doesn't even get a hit, and my mighty miner is still decently healthy, so that's good as well. All right, so now the goal is to get him to spend elixir on defense, so he can't instantly back up this Night Witch. A Night Witch, I hesitated to say naked Night Witch. That's not, we're not doing all that. The Night Witch by herself, by her load. That stupid bat again! Sorry, I was malding. By herself, no big deal. That's true for a lot of support troops in the game. So if you want to maximize what you can do on offense or defense, it's easier to split up the pushes. Don't let your opponents build up these big pushes. So obviously here we get a lot of damage. He's willing to take that damage so he can get a big push going. That's not gonna work here. So he arrows is this one, and we are already back to another one, which is kind of cool. I'm gonna go with this, just knock back for a second here, and then hit that ability, knock back again. It's not gonna reset it, but it allows my firecracker to kill it, so that's perfectly fine with me. Let's quickly cycle back to another firecracker if possible, so that way he can't just arrows everything. Nice. And so here I think I'm gonna EQ this side as well, because he is gonna go with that ability. So we're gonna end up taking a little bit of damage. To be fair, it's kind of worth it, because if you think about it, that Skelly might activate my king. Oh, of course we let it kill the firecracker, but we're not going to activate. All right. So yeah, I mean, it's obviously looking a bit like frisky here, but as soon as we're able to abuse this 3-card cycle one more time, we should be good. Let's take this firecracker here. I'm perfectly fine if he arrows is this, by the way. I'm going to wait last second, hit this. We get 2 nice little thingamabobbers out of that. Wow, he's alive at 0 HP. That is a little frustrating, but he can't afford a golem, so could be worse. Go over here with this. Oh, we didn't jump on the right thing. Court Awards. I'm ready to go Mighty Miner again. Should pull everything here. This one bat is going to be the bane of my existence again. How much damage have we taken from a singular bat this game? Wow. Okay. Well, it's not quite time to start EQ cycling yet, but let's get this going. Let's get a firecracker and see if we can't hit this bat. Should allow us to at least get 1 hit, and then EQ. That'll be game. So you can defend things without a big spell, even if you're playing a little sloppily like me. It's a really good deck. Up next is one of the most popular decks on top ladder, Minor Poison. All the pros are using it, and for good reason. When you practice this deck enough, you don't even need to practice against like mid-ladder menaces, but if you practice this deck, you're going to be able to beat anyone, and that's including mid-ladder menaces. The specialty of this deck is just the unrelenting defense. If you get experience with it, you'll see so much spam and stuff, which is cool too. Like you're able to go wall breakers, apply pressure, spears apply pressure, minor bats apply pressure. It's a lot of pressure, but the real highlight of the deck is just how good the defense is. And as you can see, pressure right there, we're going to get almost a night hit. Kind of jinxed myself because I thought about saying night hit. That's enough to jinx it, by the way. We'll go night here, and we'll get some more spear goblins going. The trick is you don't want to spend too much elixir on offense early in the game. It's good to pressure, but I don't want to spend all of my elixir pressuring. Here, I will go with Miner and Spear Goblins again. I'm playing against a Balloon Cycle deck that's a little obscure, but as you can see, he's extremely low on elixir, so he's going to have fun dealing with all this. We're going to get some more spears out here. He's already giving me the good luck. Yeah, that's how you know this is not going well. But yeah, I mean, Balloon especially, we have bats, we have spears, we have Goblina, we have poison if push comes to shove. So, is it push goes to shove? Or no, it's not. It comes. So minute 30 seconds into the game, we haven't taken any damage yet. You don't take too much damage with this deck because you can defend everything. But this is probably true for most decks. You need to make sure you have the elixir. So we don't want to just dump all of our elixir on offense early in the game. I kind of already said that, but it's really true. Let's go spears here. Maybe I can try and get his zap out, and now we can get extra value out of our bats. Also, you can use the wall breakers on defense. So it's a little cool. Let's go like this. See, we can blow them up, and now like they're lower HP. As you can see, he's gonna have a great time dealing with this. I can already tell. We still haven't taken any damage. Should we turn this into a taking damage challenge or taking no damage challenge? We definitely could. The key is to not like waste. You don't want to waste your zappable bait, like your zap bait, because if we waste the zap bait, then he's just gonna be able to save his zap for something more meaningful. So we're trying to keep these spears alive, so that way they're gonna get value. And so we'll go with the Goblin Hut. I gotta make sure we actually pull it first. Let's go Spear Goblins over here, see if we can't get him to do something with that. As you can see, look at the pressure we're getting, dude. Look at the freaking pressure. I'm perfectly fine with that, by the way. I'm perfectly fine if he does that, because we basically already tower traded. So that's actually really good for us. I'm gonna go Knight here as well, just to distract this Mega Minion. And so obviously, yeah, I mean, I probably could have defended that, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna tower trade, which is perfectly fine for me, because in double, he has to push into this. That's not going to be easy. So we're going to go in with the miner. He has one chance to like actually deal some damage, and that's with the goblin, or when what? That's when he has Evo Zap. When he has Evo Zap, he's able to get more damage. He's able to kill things easier. So obviously it's going to be a little bit easier for him to break through. Let's not get an easier count on the video either, please. Thank you. I'm going to spawn a Goblin Hut, because I think Goblin Hut is applying some pressure for us, which is kind of what we were lacking later in the game. We're going to go, or earlier in the game. The commentary is horrible this game. My apologies, chat. Dondadon comes out on Thursday. We got 5 days till Dondadon, chat. I'm nerding out. I'm sorry. Are we going to sneak through? Oh my god, the defensive wall breakers, bro. The defensive wall breakers, and they connect. As you can see, it's just unrelenting pressure, dude. I am going to get this poison down. I feel like I haven't used the poison like all game, but that's good because it's going to do a lot of damage to that. And we can pre-place some of these. I'm fine going Goblin Hut up here. Predicts the Goblin Hut, and it does not matter at all. It literally does not matter, because look at all the goblins we have. We have one goblin who's actively doing something, but also the bats are kind of cooking as well. So I'll go up here. He got a lucky balloon shot. That doesn't matter. He's just stalling, man. He's just stalling. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have this, chat. Look at the Evo bats, baby. They don't die to zap. He's going to have to play something else on this. We can start getting the minor poison cycling down, and he's does not able to respond to that, so that's going to be GG's. Really sloppy again, but it was still super easy. Next up, we have Boss Bandit Bush Cycle, which is ridiculously overpowered. Boss Bandit Bush Cycle is probably the most gimmicky on this list. They're mostly like long-term decks that will be good for a while. This one, I'm very surprised it dodged the balance changes, but because it did, I decided to still throw it on here. This thing is insanely oppressive. People have been using it like to beat really easy matchups all season long, and you practically just spam bait cards. Like, it's a really dumbed down version of log bait, and if you don't have the Boss Bandit, that's perfectly fine. You can't replace it, unfortunately, but you can use boost potions on it, and you get a couple of those this season from the past, so that's all good. We are just trying to figure out his spells and apply pressure while we're playing defense, so that we get easier defense and a free damage, basically. That's kind of how this goes. Cannoneer is also a godsend for this deck. We're going to go Boss Bandit here early. I actually don't think Boss Bandit is the best to be played a lot early on in this matchup. You kind of just play your bait cards. Figure out what your opponent's got for the bait cards, and then go from there. And then Boss Bandit comes out later in the game. I just used it there because it did force out his Valkyrie, so in a way, I'm helping myself get the bait cards out. So we're going to go here. We're just looking. He's got his Ice Spirit. He's got his Snowball. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. We do get another Wall Breaker hit. So that's not too bad. We have some damage to make up, though, because we started off down 700 because of the Cannoneer Tower. Get a quick Fire Spirit going here. Double Spirit. This whole this deck shouldn't exist. The whole idea of this deck is just ridiculous. He's not responding to Dark Goggins the Bridge. Yeah, I told you. I told you. What did I tell you, bro? What did I tell you? I told you we ain't go spawn to that. Spear Goblins. That's the healthy tower, so I'm down to take like 2 Valkyrie hits because of that. Or 3. And you just hit me with 4 next time, for the love of God. Okay, well, let's see how he responds to those spear goblins. They're going to get hella damage if he ignores them. He does ignore them, so that's pretty good too. Let's go Dark Goblin here so we can take this out, and then Wall Breaker's other side. He's going to have to spell this. We'll go Ice Spirit real quick here. We'll go with another bush. That should kill those Wall Breakers, or those goblins as well. And we've got Dark Goblins on the tower. That's what I'm talking about. This thing is just... I'm playing cards. I'm just dropping cards down. There's no, like, there's zero thought behind these eyes. In terms of boss bandit bush cycle, he's probably just going to drop a Valk on this, I would imagine. I think 2 logs should kill this, so I'm just going to 3-card cycle my way to a second log here with the bush. Get Dark Goggins going. This is probably going to hit the... Oh, it's not going to hit. I thought it was going to hit that. That would have been pretty cool. We get a Fire Spirit down. 2 logs does kill a Magic Archer, by the way, so that's a cool little interaction to note. Ice Spirit in case he went with like an aggressive Magic Archer. He didn't, so that's fine. We go with the bush here, so he has to at least play a little bit of defense with Boss Bandit. So that prevents him from going in immediately with the drill, which would have been hard for us to deal with. So as you can see, we're like applying pressure while we're defending, and it's making the defense a lot easier. So now we can go bush here, dash out, so we can deal some damage to this Valkyrie. Go with the Wall Breakers here. We're going to get another ability going, because as long as we can keep this 3-card cycle alive, that's good for us. And that's practically going to seal the game. I don't know how much damage that poison will do, but yeah, this is brain rot. Next up, we have the Evolved Witch Splash Yard deck, which doesn't have a tornado, interestingly enough. Yeah, you know what? Just shoot me. Just shoot me. I didn't have nothing in my hand for that. This deck is really powerful, really strong on defense. Yeah, unless that happens. So, the deck is really coveted for its defense, but obviously Evo Witch and Graveyard have such insane synergy. That's kind of like a highlight of the deck as well. And even with the Evo Witch getting a small upcoming nerf, that's not going to change really pretty much anything. The Evo Witch is still going to be exceptionally strong in this deck because when the Graveyard is getting shot at or killed, the Evo Witch will practically never die. So that's what makes it really strong, and that's what kind of makes it oppressive and hard to deal with. So we'll get some spears down here. I don't think this is enough to deal with the bandit, but we can pray. It's 1 bandit hit. Yeah, I could work with 1 bandit hit. Let's go knight here. We're not going to tank any more wall breakers. We're not playing lava, unfortunately, but I do have a second channel I started posting top ladder gameplay on. So if you guys want to check that out, check out my main homepage. It's just called More Invader. You'll be able to find the link there. I am posting like top ladder gameplay and stuff. So shameless plug. Do I have enough to deal with these in this lane? Because I'm kind of not worried about the other lane right now because he hasn't touched it yet. Okay, well, that's just, he's just button mashing with the ability. So since he doesn't have Mighty Miner in cycle, I'm going to get this knight going. We have a couple of skellies here that will die and heal up the witch as well. So, yeah, you can have fun dealing with that. The counter pushing with this deck is just insane. Should we get some more Chill, chill, chill. This is fine. We'll take that. So, anyways, we're going to go in with it probably another Night Graveyard if we can, as soon as I see his Mighty Miner come out. Because once we see the Mighty Miner, that's how we can sort of build our offense. Because if he just plugs the Mighty Miner at the bridge, it's going to be really hard to break through. And our only reset is the Ice Spirit, so it gets a little bit awkward. I think I might take this poison here. It's not terrible. He's going to get that Firecracker hit. I'm not too worried about that. That Bar Barrel just went on a freaking mission, man. All right, ready to go knight up here. We got some witch skellies that he arrows. That's why I went with the knight, because the skellies weren't going to pull anyways since he had arrows. And now, I might just do a naked graveyard here. I'm going to do a naked graveyard. We're going to get it some nice poison value so we can try and keep this witch alive, because if the skellies are dying, the witch is not. It's the rule of law with this deck. Look at that. She's still so healthy. Barely died there, and we're up a good 2,000 damage now. We'll go with the hut here. Got a goblin gang to deal with on that side. That's not too big of a deal. That's gonna get a dash. That was a mercy dash. I was like, you know, I felt kind of bad for him. So instead of going Night Graveyard, I'm gonna get a witch here to see if he can go Mighty Miner, because if he just Mighty Miners our Night Graveyard, it's really not good for us at all. So once again, I don't want to use my my knight yet, and now we can go with the knight since his Mighty Miner is out of hand. Not really worried about that at all. And we can just go in with the graveyard, and it should be able to finish him off because he's got a gang or something on the witch. He won't have it for the graveyard. GG's. Our last deck is Mighty Miner. I promise you this is not Mighty Miner propaganda. He just happens to be in all of these decks. You can play it without Mighty Miner, to be fair. It's not a necessity. Holy shit. but it's really good with the Mighty Miner and the Skelly Barrel Evolution. And I was like, you know what, let's just throw this deck in here. I promised you I did not mean to have 50 Mighty Miner decks in here, okay? I did not mean that at all. But what's good about this deck is it's brainless. It's probably the easiest deck to play in the game. You just put recruits down, you split the Goblin Gang, you split some wall breakers, and with the upcoming Skelly Barrel Evolution, it's going to get even more brain dead because your opponents are going to have to play like 50 more things to deal with you. So we're going to go with the Goblin Gang real quick like this. Gets that ability, doesn't matter too much. With the Mighty Miner as well, so we can kill this Musketeer. He logs perfectly fine with me. I think we're going to just let this go and then probably hit another Skelly Barrel, and we're just making it to double, because double is where the recruits get evoed and we get to afford double lane pressure and we get to just spam stuff. And yeah, that's where the fun begins. Duchess is also not required for this deck, but it just kind of fits the pace of this deck. It means we don't have to respond to as many things with a bunch of elixir, so you typically don't play too much defense with this deck. Get some wall breakers going here just to see how he responds to them. That'll do. I'm going to take my King Tower activation with this Dark Goggins. And he dodges it. Oh, that's so aura, bruh. This guy's so tough. Dark Goggins have been freaking mentality, bro. He used his log. He used his log, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. It's probably tessellating. Okay. Then we go here. Just the process. Put some wall breakers involved, baby. We're going to kill this. He doesn't have a log. That's big hits, baby. We haven't taken basically any damage. We already got his tower at half health. That's what we like to see. I'm going to go recruits in the back here because you can just go recruits in the back whenever the hell you want. Monk is going to be a little annoying because it means our Dark Goggins it's just going to die instantly. So I'll put him in the other lane. And I imagine he's going to go with some like corny stuff. And then, okay, we can go Mighty here. And we can go Goblin Gang as well. He's got to overcommit to those wall breakers, or those recruits over there. As you can see, getting hella damage. We have the King Tower up, so even if we take a little bit of damage, not a big deal. As you can see, he can't actively like defend and go in on offense at the same time. So it's pretty hard for him to deal anything here. Like we can maybe spend our whole time trying to defend a balloon, or we could just dump a bunch of crap at the river, and that's like more fun to me. So I don't even know why I'm going in with all this. I don't need it. I could just fireball the tower. He wouldn't have defended that anyways. This deck, probably the most brainless, but we saved the best for last. So those are your top 5 decks, ladies and gentlemen, to push to 10,000 trophies and beyond.